Attack on Mika!
Today, the mother I hated passed away.
Nakano-san was only 50 years old, wasn't she?
Her daughter is still so young. I hope she's okay.
Huh? Hey. Is her daughter laughing?
Yeah, even though she just lost her mother.
Throughout the funeral, I couldn't stop myself from laughing. That's because my mother was an absolutely terrible parent. Looking back, my mother began to change back when I was in primary school. Although she was kind at first, everything changed when my father passed away in a car accident. I remember being overwhelmed with sadness and crying very often. Dad! Mom! But when I looked beside me, I saw that my mother hadn't shed a single tear. We were busy for a while with the funeral, among other things, but life with just the two of us soon began. However, my mother had begun to act cold towards me compared to before. Mommy, do you have work again? Yeah, I'll be out till night, so go to sleep before I come back. I don't wanna. Huh? I don't wanna. I'm lonely. But it's my job, so there's nothing I can do. No, Mommy, you've always been like that lately. Why can't you play with me? Stop acting so spoiled. What? Mommy? All you do is keep whining and whining. Listen, your dad is gone. Face reality. So learn to take care of yourself on your own. For me, I have a job to deal with. I won't stand for it if you keep complaining like that. And so, my mother became very strict with me. She was raising a child all on her own. I could see how tough it must have been alongside her job. Even so, I was still young and at an age where I wanted to be pampered. After my dad was gone, my mother was the only person I had, which saddened me deeply. However, I decided to do my best. In order to not bother her, I held in complaints as much as I could. And later on, I decided to surprise her on her birthday. A helping ticket? Yep. You just have to write down something you want me to do. I'll do anything. That was the best I could think of with my naive brain. It was a result of suppressing the urge to be pampered, while still making opportunities to interact with my mother. However, in response, what about massaging your shoulders, for example? Other than that, you don't have to bother with things like that. Huh? Hey, how about you cook for me instead? Cook? That's a bit... I never done it before, so... Then learn how to! Stop complaining and just do it! Didn't you say you'd do anything? I was saddened by her unexpected response to the present. In the end, my mother wasn't budging, so I decided to try cooking. But as expected, it wasn't that easy. What the hell is this? It tastes disgusting! Make something better! It's a waste of ingredients! Up until then, it simply made me sad. But even at my age back then, I began to feel irritated by her words. From there, my mother continued to use the helping tickets for housework. Redo this part! Huh? Even after cleaning, she often scolded me for leaving dust somewhere. It was clearly all done just to leave less work for herself. After realizing this, I stopped celebrating her birthday. Time quickly passed and I entered middle school. Yep, it's perfect! By this time, I had learned how to do most forms of housework and even cooked for myself without relying on my mother. Additionally, puberty was also a factor, and I don't recall talking to my mother much. And I soon entered high school, which is when my mother, "Guess it's time to start a part-time job." Huh? You're a high school student now, so you better earn your own living from now on. Oh, and give some money to the house, too. What? You're old enough now, so it's only natural. She isn't even praising me for entering the school. Oh, wait. Maybe I should use this, the helping ticket. I still have one left after all. Now you have no choice but to listen. Give me a break. What? You're always pushing all the burden on me. Really? The helping ticket? How old do you think I was back when I gave it to you? Until when are you going to drag out that stupid promise? All right then, I get it. If you aren't going to work, then get out. Can you do that in your current state? Well, since you're still a student, I suppose you have no choice but to listen to what I say until you graduate. Ugh. And so, I ended up starting a part-time job. It was because I didn't want to rely on my mother for money. However, she forcefully took half of my pay to spend on housing. While I tried to oppose her, she yelled back at me each time, and I had no choice but to accept. My high school days were colored by fighting. A few years later, I successfully graduated. It wasn't a massive company, but I still managed to find work as an office worker. I received numerous congratulations from my fellow classmates and their parents. But when I came home, I saw the rare sight of my mother drowning in alcohol. What are you doing?
Oh, you're back already. Aren't you early? You should have played outside for longer.
What the hell is your problem? Why are you drunk today of all days? Your daughter just graduated and even found a job. You really don't care at all, do you?
Oh, wow. That's right. Today was your graduation. Guess you're an official member of society now. Hope you'll be working harder than ever before.
That's it. I'm done with you. And so my student life was an absolute mess. But I soon found my savior. I began dating a coworker at my job who was 5 years older than me. And after a few years, he proposed to me. It genuinely made me happy. But the problem was with my mother. If we were to get married, we'd obviously have to go see her. Just for greetings, I invited him over to my place.
What's your yearly salary?
Huh?
What, Mom?
Around $40,000 at the moment.
How average. What's your position then?
Chief member of staff.
That's no different from just another staff member. Listen, this is about whether I'm leaving with you, the daughter I spent years raising. How could I just give her to someone who doesn't have money?
Just stop it! How can you say something like that?
You be quiet. I'm not letting someone like you have my daughter. Now get out.
I'm so sorry! I'm still naive and inexperienced.
Hey!
But I promise you that I'll become successful in the future. And I'll protect Aisa no matter what happens. So could you please accept this marriage?
I see. Just do as you wish.
Mom! How can you have that kind of attitude? In the end, our relationship didn't improve and I ended up marrying him. I could finally leave the house and was hoping to find my happiness. But this was when a shocking revelation was made. What? Cancer?
Yep, I won't be around for long. They said I have 3 months left.
Why? Why didn't you tell me?
What would telling you do? It won't change what'll happen.
Yes, it was revealed that my mother had cancer. Furthermore, she had known about it for a while but chose not to tell me. By the time she did, she had already finished preparing for her passing. I questioned her time and time again on why she didn't tell me, but she maintained her usual stoic expression in bed and said,
I'll take care of myself on my own. Isn't that what I've taught you?
Even at a time like this, I felt frustrated by the fact that my mother didn't rely on me as the only family member she had. But I couldn't even fight over it with her. That was because the cancer had progressed and she developed Alzheimer's. She could barely recognize her own daughter.
Who are you? I'm feeling pretty hungry.
You already ate, didn't you? So just go to sleep. My mother passed away a few months later. Planning for the funeral was a pain, so I was saved by my husband. But this was when something unexpected happened. Huh? This is...
It's a diary, written by your mother. Please, hold on to it.
Upon saying that, the hospital's doctor gave me a thick diary. He apparently studied in the same class as my mother and was told to give the diary to her daughter when she was gone. I began reading it from the first page.
My husband passed away in an accident today. It was saddening, but I drained my tears before the funeral. I have to face forward, because taking care of I is more important than anything else. A few days passed since the funeral. I wanted to be comforted as I was leaving for work because she was feeling lonely, but I pushed her away. I knew she wouldn't survive life from here on if she stayed that way. I'll earn money, but I have to make I become a strong person too. It pained me, but I yelled at her for the first time. It was my birthday today. I gave me 5 helping tickets as a surprise. She offered to massage my shoulders, but I told her to cook instead. I want her to learn housework as soon as she could to help in her future. To be honest, I did want a massage, but I's future's more important.
What is this? The diary entries weren't made every day, but rather when something of note happened. From there, she also wrote about how my cooking was improving and how happy she was when I started working part-time. However, the writing on the day of the graduation was very messy.
I was told I have cancer when I went for a checkup at a friend's hospital. I apparently had a few years left. Out of an urge to deny it, I ended up drinking heavily for the first time in a while. I got really mad at me. Sorry, even though it was your graduation. But I won't tell I about it. From the moment my husband died, I've been raising I so that she'll be alright even if she's alone. Something amazing happened today. I brought home her engagement partner. However, I was quite worried, so I tested if he was capable enough to take care of I by saying horrible things. But I believed he could give I a happy life, so I accepted the marriage. I'm so happy. Congratulations.
Aye, son. You were always sending the house money, right? Here's where that went.
Huh?
Looks like she didn't use a single cent. It was all saved up for your future. She also said she's leaving her savings to you, too.
What? Why? Huh? Is this from back then?
Please keep smiling even after I'm gone.
I'm so sorry, but she wouldn't let me tell you no matter what. Once she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, even I could barely speak with her. However, while she was conscious, she still wrote in her diary as much as she could. She also happily talked about you, saying you're her proud daughter no matter where you go. That request was also something she wrote when she was hospitalized.
I'm sorry! Mom, I'm so sorry! I always misunderstood you! At that moment, I cried more than I ever have in my entire life. I cried and cried, but the tears just wouldn't stop. That's why I won't act sad no matter what during this funeral. My mother was a clumsy and horrible parent for me back then. But in reality, she was a kind mother who treasured me more than anyone else. So I'll keep laughing, because I'm sure that's what she'd want to. A few days later.
Should we get going soon?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mom, I see. You finally used the helping ticket for yourself. From here on, I'll continue living with a smile and as a strong person, while thanking the mother I respect from the bottom of my heart.